But anyways, it's day 30. Let's go. Let's hang out with the team, the crew. Oh, good morning, Takumi. Yes, hello, Nozomi, if that is your real name. Yeah, morning. I still can't make myself believe Nozomi and Karuha are different people. They're just too alike. I have to go. I'll see you later. If she were Karuha, I can't imagine why she'd act so cold towards me. Maybe the fact that I get so awkward around Nozomi is why she's putting distance between us? I can't help it though, being around her is so confusing. Yeah, so that is a weird thing where it seems like in theory we're all from the same, like, I'm not necessarily gonna say tight-knit community, but you know, it's not a massive settlement, I don't think. Right, the Tokyo residential complex. But like there are some discrepancies where it's like the one guy knows about a hospital that doesn't seem to exist where I'm from. And then obviously Nozomi seems to not be Karuha, which like either is leading me to believe we might be in a memory manipulation sort of situation, or like multiverse is possible. Simultaneously, like the whole Tokyo residential district is so artificial. I could see it being some sort of like weird experiments too, where maybe there's like a dozen Tokyo residential complexes that they've set up and they're like nearly identical, but they've changed like one or two variables just to like study something or whatever. Anyway. Okay, I gotta remember what voices I was doing. You were okay. The carriage that conveyed us here is now stationed in the parking lot on the first floor. It's a wonder the horses pulling it were able to go so fast, and all without ever being seen. We should bring them some hay and water later. Does she seriously not know how a bus works? And yeah, I like settled into my voices, and then they introduced like half of the new characters. So hopefully, we're going to the cafeteria. No need to wander aimlessly. Don't know, do I like better the spinning or the digital animations? Well, they both convey sort of different themes. This one's more overtly sci-fi. Banger Up is definitely kind of sci-fi-ish, but especially in the first game they kind of hide that, so it makes sense I wouldn't go full digital with that. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Still feels weird having so many people around all of a sudden.
Then let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little.
Whoa, don't be so casual about it. Taking life is a serious matter. If you're going to kill someone, you gotta take your time with it. You gotta make it mean something. For the both of you, you know? Was that supposed to be inspiring? There being more of us could be a good thing, though. The more allies we have, the better we can defend the school. Allies, huh? Anyway, I took a quick look around the school already. It's basically identical to ours, just like Nigao said. Apart from that huge wall of fire outside, of course. So those are the infamous undying flames. The sight of them there sets my teeth on edge. You told us a little about them on the bus on the way here, but maybe we could get a proper explanation now? What exactly are those flames, Takumi? Well, I'd love to answer that, but first, we're chatting with everyone. Just like that, we've got 4 more people we have to live with. And they're all total weirdos, too. Hey, don't you say that on Nozomi. The other 3, sure, but Nozomi's cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I must be such an eyesore. I'll go stand in the corner and try to attract as little attention as possible. We certainly have gathered a motley crew of allies, haven't we? It's like one of those yokai picture scrolls in here. I assume that's like a traditional Japanese art form or something. Probably scrolls of monsters, folk monsters, yeah. I'm glad you're back, Takumi, but we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to Hiroko. My dear brother always tells me not to talk to strangers, and these people are pretty strange, but still. This is way too many characters to keep track of. Let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little. Dorumi. We play too many Danganronpa games. Those guys from the other academy are kind of weird. Making friends with them might be asking a little too much. Not to worry about food right now. We brought some more. All this time, there was a whole nother school just like ours. You really never know what's gonna happen around here. It is worth noting, our entire leadership structure has been decapitated though, which is not great. Those undying flames sent a chill down my spine. Could they be some art brought about by demonic blood magic? You mean like the blood magic we use? Actually, probably, yeah. That's probably not that far off the mark. You should go ahead and answer Nozomi's question. I'll dying to learn about those flames. I have nothing to say to you, peasant. Tell Nozomi what she wants to know. Okay, geez, sure. All we can tell you about the flames is what Siri told us when we first got here.
Those flames, which encircle this entire school, by the way, just keep on burning. They never go out.
Never?
That's what I said. They don't need fuel, and they can't be extinguished. They'll keep burning on for all eternity. Hence, the undying flames.
I think Quingirl and Kokichi kind of the same. Yeah, I can see it. Fire that never goes out. Sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I'd never believed if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. Heck, I'm still having trouble getting my brain to accept it. Perhaps 'tis an advanced form of ninjutsu, which chakra elements does one combine for such a transformation. The flames are there to help keep the invaders away from Last Defense Academy, right? If that's true, they must be part of the defense system. They're probably being generated somewhere on school grounds. Yeah, maybe. To tell you the truth, we don't really understand how it works either. You got them burning outside your defense room too. That's gotta be to protect whatever's in there, right? We think so. I tried dousing those ones with a fire extinguisher before, but they sprang up again pretty much right away. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get inside. This really brings home how many questions are still unanswered. Siri said he'd explain everything, but then he disappeared. And you couldn't convince him to tell you sooner? You truly are useless. Okay, well, look, not my fault. It's the holdouts, their fault. Sorry. Yeah, you should be sorry. You were one of the holdouts. Hey, that wasn't our fault. It was literally your fault. Your defenses are a lot beefier than ours. Guess it settles that this school is the real deal, alright? Yes, it's just like Nigao said.
Second to last Defense Academy is, well, it's a decoy. Intended to distract the enemy and make them waste their time and resources. There's nothing important here. Humanity's future depends not on the contents of our defense room, but on what's inside the one at the true Last Defense Academy.
Verily, 'twas a shock to learn we'd be risking our lives to protect a mere decoy. A shock? It was downright infuriating. The B team is no place for someone of my social standing. It's not as if the work we did there wasn't important. Invaders took the bait and sent troops to the decoy after all. All those attacks we fought off stopped them from focusing their entire fighting force in this school. I still say Nigao could have told us that from the beginning. A lot of the information relating to this war is classified. Maybe he didn't have permission. Even Nigao couldn't defy orders from above. He told us that much himself. Orders from above. Good at his what about? Oh, yeah. Tyrion mentioned higher-ups, too. Who's really controlling this war? But now the decoy academy's gone, that means the attacks on this one are gonna get a whole lot worse, right? Pretty much. They don't gotta decide who to send where anymore. Where all there is. And there's still like 70 days to go. Oh man, what rotten luck. I don't know if I can hold out that long. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Dying, if it's gonna happen anyway. Maybe we should get started now, you know? Get busy living or get busy dying. You're all so adorable, the way you freak out over every little thing. The enemy attacks make it worse, but there's more of us too. If we can learn to fight as a team, then... Why fight at all? Why don't we just run? Ima... Man, I'm really starting to have a... Anyway. Huh? If we use that school bus you came in on, we can cover a lot more ground than on foot. We might even be able to drive all the way back to the complex. You're babbling, sir. A warrior does not desert their post while the enemy still draws breath, and nor does a woman. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us know how to get to the Tokyo residential complex from here. And besides, the future of humanity is at stake here. If we don't defeat the invaders, the whole world is done for. Don't tell me you actually believed all that future of humanity stuff. There's a good chance it's just a story made up to motivate us, you know. Naturally considered that possibility. It was one of the first things we discussed. And actually, I guess come to think of it, it was literally true of second to last Defense Academy. In that we decided if there were even a chance of it being true, we had no choice but to steel our resolve and do our part for these 100 days. Nazem was very persuasive the way she got us fired up. We couldn't help but get on board with it. I didn't really do anything special. But how can you be so sure? Do you have any grounds or evidence to prove it's true? You got any grounds or evidence for thinking it's not? I guess not. If Sarah had been able to tell you more about what's going on, you'd be sure of it too. I think that's the main difference between our two groups and why our attitudes are so different. Once Nigao told us about world death, we knew we couldn't just stand by and let it happen. World death. Yes, indeed. Humanity's future prospects without this particular asset would be grim, to say the least. It is, after all, the key to overcoming world death and ensuring a chance for future generations to thrive. Wait. World death? What's that? A new prominent term to deal with. This is going to overload my XS-sized brain. It's all starting to make sense now. You never even got that far, huh? It's no wonder you're still going back and forth on whether it's all true. Then, you'd best prepare yourselves for a shock. What do you mean? According to the information Nigao shared with us, world death was the catalyst for this entire war. This is the thing that started it all? More than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex. World death has decimated the human population, forced the survivors to take shelter underground. Decimated the population? It's that bad? Enough with that dramatic build-up! Just tell us what this world death thing is! Quiet, pea-brain, the adults are talking. If we tell you, we don't want any of that, hey, is that really true? What if it's all made up stuff? You think you can hold on to that single thought without blowing a fuse? Come on, make the explanation already. That's no way to talk to someone who's about to impart important wisdom. Didn't anyone ever teach you any manners, you inbred little street urchin? What? And your manners are any better, you foul-mouthed rich girl? Shut up. Honestly, having to listen to your complaints is making my skin crawl. Spend too much time talking and you won't be ready when the enemy attacks. And if you don't fight the enemy when they attack, you die.
Is that so hard to understand? So why do you insist on picking apart everything we say? I've stepped in things that would have made better soldiers than you.
She's right. Even ABC gum still has some flavor. It's more resilient than me, too.
Can you really blame us for asking questions after getting dragged into this crazy war out of nowhere? That's where you're wrong. We weren't dragged into this. We were chosen as mankind's last hope.
Mankind's last hope.
Yes, we were chosen to represent humanity in this war, to shoulder the hopes and futures of everyone back home. We're the only ones who can stop our entire species from being wiped out. We don't have a choice in this. We have to fight.
And you believe that too? Are you sure you haven't just been brainwashed to think it's true?
Again, you make a joke out of our resolve. You won't be laughing when my blade has had its way with you.
What that world death? You gotta just keep throwing that name around like it means something, or you actually gonna start explaining things?
You know what? I'm not telling you a thing. Go shove it up the tailpipe of a car you can't afford to insure because you're poor.
Huh?
I can't work with a bunch of impatient, ineffectual, dull-witted morons like you. There's no point in us telling you anymore.
Oh, please, no, look. They don't speak for us, okay? I admit, we got some losers in this group. So people not exactly pulling their weight, but there are other of us who really want to actually be as efficient and effective as possible here.
Kurara, don't be like that. There's no need for us to get involved with these chumps, Nozomi. We can win this war on our own just fine. I can't believe we wasted our food on you peasants. We'd have been better off letting you shrivel up and using you as invader bait.
Oh, you act like a big shot, but this is our school, you know. We were here first. Yeah, we opened up this place to you after yours went kaput. If it weren't for us, you'd have nowhere to go right now. We could say the same for you. You and the school would have been toast if we hadn't helped out in that battle yesterday. Don't get smart with me, pretty boy. I'll murderize you. Ouch, don't mangle murder like that. That word deserves to be treated with respect.
It's no surprise these peasants can't speak properly. They don't show the slightest sign that they've taken anything on board. Poverty must have dulled their wits to the point they can't even hold a conversation.
Well, excuse the heck out of me. I'd rather be poor than an absolutely rotten human being.
Seriously, what's the big idea showing up out of nowhere and acting like you've got the right to boss us around?
You've made it obvious you lack the experience and expertise to defend the school on your own. It's only natural that we step in to superintend.
You know what would help relieve some of this tension? A killing game!
No, Doremi, it really wouldn't.
Oh, if you want to try to escape, be my guest. I'm gonna come after you, though. The thrill of the chase. I wonder how far you'd get if I amputated your legs first.
Watch it, man. I may not hit girls, but I won't hold back against another guy.
Killing game? Anyone? Just one murder. That's all I ask.
That's enough! You all need to calm down. Takumi's right. We won't get anywhere if we don't work together.
Wake up and sell the roofies, Nozomi. That dreadnought class deadbeat's as bad as the rest of them.
Hey, what? I helped y'all out.
Behind your back, Sir Neil'll spike your drink and take you back to his room to have his way with you.
What? Why are you lobbing accusations of future sexual assault at me? What did I do to deserve that?
Yeah.
I'd never do anything like that. I really wouldn't. You know that, right? Please, everyone, we shouldn't be fighting among ourselves. Why can't we be friends? Friends with these guys? Don't make me laugh. Befriending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot from normal people like us.
How dare you, sir? I'll not let that insult slide. Choose your fate. Face the judgment of the holy Jumanji sword, or repent and die by your own hand. I demand satisfaction.
Satisfaction, my ass. He may be a jerk, but he's our jerk.
I've had just about all I can stand of your loathsome visages. We're done here. Come on, Nozomi. But... Yeah, get lost. See if we care. If I never see your dumb face again, it'll be too soon. Alright, trying to press the issue now will only make things worse. It would be nice if we could talk more tomorrow, though. Maybe it's best Hiroko didn't meet this other group. If anything, I feel like if we had Hiroko with us, then maybe we'd get a bit more respect, you know? Like, she demands respect. And that's part of the issue here is the lack of respect between the two groups. The team from the second campus left with their heads held high. They were barely out the door before the others started venting their feelings. What's with those guys? Are you really going to have to spend the rest of the 100 days with people like that? I mean, y'all weren't really rolling out the red carpet either. I agree, their attitude is positively sickening. Like you're one to talk. You brought back some interesting friends with you, Takumi. So this is my fault? My fault for saving you from starvation and giving us reinforcements. Yeah, it's all my fault. Yeah, I'll take the blame for that, actually, yeah. I know I've got no right to contribute to the discussion. That's right, you don't. But what do you think that world death they mentioned is? I'm really curious. Well, maybe if the rest of you all weren't such, antisocial loser jerks, we would have found out, eh? Don't sweat it. Don't even think about it. It's all mind games. They're just trying to get inside our heads. To what end? We're in the same boat here. Damn it! I still feel like I want to hit something. I go back to my room and cool off. I guess I'll do that too. No killing game then? Oh, maybe next time. Takamaru, Gaku, and Tsubasa left the room. I didn't have the heart to stop them. The tension was already dangerously close to the breaking point. Well, that could have gone better. Never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Same here. Not going to be easy getting them to work together. If Sierra and Hiroko were here, they'd know what to do. There's no use wishing things were different. We need to think of a way to solve this problem in our own way. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I need some time alone to think. Eito and I parted ways, and I headed back to my room. After that disaster of a meeting, it's hard to imagine ever reconciling with the two groups. There's gotta be some way. Maybe we just need more time? Huh? Come to think of it, some new rooms were unlocked today, weren't they? I think I'll go take a look at them. I could use something to take my mind off all this. It's the metal shop on the first floor and the bio lab on the second, right? Could be interesting. Alright, onwards. Maybe the answers to all of our problems lie inside these rooms. Okay, the second floor bio lab. Somewhere around here. There we go. Okay. So this is the biolab. Looks less like a classroom and more like something out of a horror movie. What are you laughing at? I can't help it. I mean, just look at this equipment. It's hot with a capital H, man. Now that this room's open, we can whip up a whole host of medical supplements whenever we need them. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what kind of supplements are we talking about? Mostly stuff that gives our hemo-anima a temporary boost. We can use them to augment our regular physical abilities, too. Nigao did say there were facilities like this tucked away in dark corners of the school. It's pretty sweet I finally get to see one.
I guess like the last Defense Academy had a lab like this too, but I never got it unlocked for us. Enhancement development is unlocked. You can access it during your free time. That does sound like it would be useful. But is it ethical? We're basically using performance-enhancing drugs, right? Well, this isn't the Olympics. This is a life and death struggle, so... yeah. And anyone getting on Captain America's case for using performance-enhancing drugs? I don't think so. Ah, you're worried about the morality of a little thing like that? You're such a Boy Scout, Takumi. With everything in this lab, we have the potential to go much further. A lot of this stuff was developed as a result of illegal experience on human subjects. For most people, no amount of knowledge is worth that kind of atrocity. Now that research is all ours, the fiendish, the outlandish, the downright unpleasant, it's all right here at our fingertips. And what could we use it for? For a start, we can probably make some killer modifications to ourselves, just like my family did to me. You mean like the way your arm stretches? You know, it's always been my dream to mod somebody else's body. I'd be gentle, and I'd make sure any changes I made were tasteful. Say it, Takumi. You feel like discarding your humanity and becoming something more?
Hey!
Absolutely not. Not interested. Let me know if you change your mind. In the meantime, I'll just make do with my fantasies. What do you think? Man, this room's seriously creepy. Don't think I'll be spending too much time in here. I was kinda hoping Hiroko would turn up in one of the new classrooms, but there's no sign of her here either. What could have happened to her? I know, right? Still don't believe she'd run off and leave us on her own. She ain't like that. Gecko, yeah.
Y'all look so cool out on the battlefield.
You could look cool with us.
I wish I could be like that too. But my dear brother won't let me do anything dangerous.
Have you ever considered that, you know, you don't have to do everything your brother says? Do I even want to... Fine. Another room designed to make the battle freaks stronger. There's nothing for the two of us here. I've been thinking a lot about our state of effective immortality here. Raised a lot of interesting questions, you know? For example, purely hypothetically, what if I ripped out your heart? That's a heck of an example to start with. And let's say you died and were brought back to life. You'd think the Revivomatic would replicate the heart as well. But I'd still have the heart I removed earlier. Does that mean we could churn out a bunch of identical hearts, one after another? Like, I mean, imagine the possibilities for organ donation. By that logic, I guess so. Why would we want to, though? Dude, there's always demand for healthy human organs. With technology like this, we could save thousands, maybe even millions of lives. But I'll leave that to the humanitarians of the world. Preserving life isn't really my thing. Figures. I'm more interested in what happens to an organ after it's removed. You ever hear stories of people who've had transplants suddenly developing new interests and memories that match up with their donors? Human body's one heck of an enigma. But what does that stuff... but does that stuff only happen with transplants? Does memories also get transferred by, say, eating another person's organs? Huh? What effect does consuming human organs have on the human body? Now there's a subject I wouldn't mind looking into. Would eating brains give you access to that person's knowledge or personality traits? Maybe I have random visions that show you their memories. I'd love to try it out sometime, but it's not easy to find willing volunteers. Yeah, you know how it is. Nothing worth having comes easy. Is Yama like this all the time? Doesn't he ever talk about anything normal? Let's take a look at this. We can make medical enhancements here. I should try it out next time. Okay. And then there should be a metal shop on the first floor, which is different from the garage, the workshop. Presumably. Oh, we have a parking lot? Since when? Huh. Thanks to this bus, we made it back from second to last Defense Academy. Got a drill? Veem, I am Drill Man, the master of drills. Yikes. I'm starting to get embarrassed. Yeah, let's not do that. Don't be Drill Man. Not even once. The gym. A stranger. Have we been to the gym before? Like, this looks new. Maybe we have been here before. Huh. I feel like that's new. Cafeteria. Wait, is metal shop the right place? Yeah. Is that a mine? This isn't quite what I was expecting from a metal shop classroom. It's more like something you'd find on a military base. There are all kinds of deadly looking weapons lined up, and the air is thick with the smell of metal shavings and gunpowder. Oh, and she's here too. I only wish we had a magic circle to contain you, Sir Takumi. Then I could easily cut you down the moment you try anything indecent. What? Why would you suspect I would do anything like that? Other than the fact that I was, like, creepily leering at her the first time we met. Which I guess is a fair reason, come to think of it. I don't think she's pretending not to know me. Kara could never have put on an act this convincing. Is she really not Kara? Maybe she's lost her memory? Look out, Nozomi, that perv is waiting for a chance to pounce on you and lap up your saliva. Ah, so he is like the yokai Yamachi-chi that steals its victim's life force by sucking in their breath, except with saliva. The holy Jumanji sword and I will strike him down. I keep telling you I'd never do anything like that, man. Darn it, she's more cautious of me than ever now. At this rate, I'll never get to talk to her. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, the way the air smells in here. It really puts me at ease. Huh? Seriously, you like this? With all the metal and gunpowder and everything? I know it's not exactly the aroma one would associate with a sophisticated lady like myself. But the Usuzuki is actually rose to prominence thanks to our involvement with weapons development. Weapons development? Like guns and stuff? In the beginning, our family name was just Suzuki. We were small-time arms engineers and gun runners. We grew the business little by little, from there expanding our reach until it encompassed all aspects of life in the Tokyo residential complex. That gave us the necessary prestige to evolve from Suzuki to Usuzuki, and the rest is history. What does the prefix "u" mean in Japanese, though? I'm still confused. Is that how names get changed? Workshops like this are just as integral to my family's identity as the swanky mansions where we live now. This industrial atmosphere is baked right into my DNA. Being here is like returning to my natural habitat. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It seems only fitting that this should be the place where I write a new chapter in our family's illustrious history. I'll create weapons the likes of which the world has never seen, and eradicate those pesky invaders once and for all.
Before our might the others flee, great and powerful Suzuki!
Trap development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. Invaders will rule the day they cross in Usuzuki. Man, I am glad she's on our side. She is on our side, right? Maybe you should tell that to those friends of yours, too. Getting on my bad side is not a good idea. They all commit seppuku 3 times in quick succession. I might forgive them for their insolence. How do you commit seppuku multiple times? I'm Like, I was under the impression that's sort of a one-time thing. Again with the ritual suicide demand. I'm still not... Oh, I guess we do come back from the dead. So it is actually kind of feasible. Anyways, I'm still not sure how doing it more than once is supposed to work. Alright, I visited both the new rooms that were unlocked today. Guess I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. Between all the arguing and the exploration, today's really taking it out of me. Is there anything I can do to get everyone to see eye to eye? Or are their attitudes toward fighting just too different? We're representing all of humanity in this war. They chose us above all others to defend the world from the invaders. We're the only ones who can do this, so it's only natural that we give it our all. Mankind's future's in our hands now. It's our responsibility. I never thought of this as a responsibility. Fighting was just a means to an end, a way for me to get home. Would I feel differently if I knew about world death? Was I ever going to find out what this war is all about? Someone's at the door? I wonder who that could be. Could it be her? I mean, almost certainly not. I felt a flutter of anticipation, my hands trembling. I pulled open the door to reveal... Good evening, Takumi. Do you have time to talk? Oh, it's you, Eito. Were you expecting somebody else? Sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not like that. Oh, what's up? Nothing in particular. I just thought it would be nice to chat a little. I never got a chance to tell you how happy I was to see you again. It's out of my mind with worry the whole time you were gone. Oh, really? I thought maybe you disappeared like Hiroku. Went 5 whole days without any contact from you after all. Sorry, I wasn't exactly in a position to get in touch. What happened to you during that storm? How did you get separated from the group? I'm not really sure. All I remember is that I passed out and woke up with an aching headache. By then, I was already on my own, somewhere miles away from here. After that, Nigao found me and took me to the other school. Perhaps you got sent flying by the storm? It's possible, I guess. Can't think of anything else that would explain it. Well, you're okay now. That's the important thing. But while we're on the subject of other school, what's going on between you and that Nozomi girl? Huh? Isn't that obvious? When you're around her, you're different. Almost like she's special to you. But you seem troubled as well. What's wrong? I'd like to help if I can. Although if it's something romantic, bear in mind I don't have any experience in that area. Oh, was that really it? No, not exactly. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You might not believe what I have to say, but will you still hear me out? Of course. Now that I'd been given the go-ahead, it all came spilling out. I told Eito about Karuo, my childhood friend I'd spent practically every day with back home before the war. That was the easy part. Then there was the matter of Nozomi and her uncanny likeness to Karuo. They were so like that I couldn't accept that they were different people no matter how much I tried. As much as Nozomi looked and sounded like Karuo, she had no idea who I was. I told Eito all about this mystery and the theories I'd come up with, and how the whole thing was messing me up. You weren't kidding when you said it was weird. I thought maybe she has amnesia, but she's never mentioned hitting her head or having gaps in her memory or anything like that. Not that I've been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Come on, Eito, say something. Oh, sorry, this whole thing reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. What happened in it? The main character ends up in a place that's both familiar and different. A parallel universe. Parallel universes aren't just other worlds or even the past or future. They're alternate realities taking place at the same time as our own. Alternate realities? It's a fairly common trope. Depending on the story, a parallel universe could be completely alien or eerily similar to the reality we know. In the book I'm thinking of, the main character travels to another universe. he finds there's another version of himself there. Another him living his own slightly different life. You think that's the connection between Nozomi and Kara? Like they're alternate versions of each other? I know it sounds ridiculous, but humor me for a moment. It would explain a lot. It would mean Kara and Nozomi are the same person, hence all the similarities. But at the same time, they're different. They've lived completely different lives. That would account for Nozomi not knowing you, don't you think? I don't know, Ito. Maybe that's how this stuff works in sci-fi, but I'm having a hard time believing it could happen in real life. I suppose you're right, it's a little unrealistic. The situation we're in is already pretty far removed from what we're used to consider reality. Perhaps my sense of what is or isn't realistic has gotten warped from all the strange things that have happened to us lately. He's right. He told me a few weeks ago I'd be stabbing myself in the heart to give myself special powers and fight monsters. I wouldn't have believed that either. Sorry for putting forward such a bizarre idea. I haven't been much help, have I? That's not true. It's really helped me to get all this off my chest. And it's such a weird story. Most people probably wouldn't believe me. I couldn't have told just anyone about this. I'm honored. And I'll gladly hear you out if you want to talk again, no matter how strange it is. You sure have been having some peculiar experiences. First the Ghost Invader, now this. Right, I almost forgot about that thing. We still haven't figured out what it is. I haven't seen that invader since I got back, but the next time I do, I'm going to make sure he answers for what he's done. Don't take any unnecessary risk. You have no idea how dangerous he might be. I know, I'll be careful. Well then, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I should get going. Good night, Takumi. Sleep well. With that, Aito left, pausing at the door to give me one last gentle smile. Parallel universes. Alternate realities. Could any of it be true? It sounds so bizarre, but the more I think about it, the more it starts to make sense. Is that what's going on here? Are Kara and Nozomi alternate versions of the same person? The same, but different? Either way, I won't be able to put this issue to rest until I talk to her about it myself. Even after venting to Aito, the frustration I was feeling still wouldn't go away. I turned in for the day and gradually fell into a light, fitful sleep.